As a boy living in the Arabian Gulf, I would lie awake at first light, listening hard in silent awe to the muezzin's call to prayer. One by one, as far as I could hear, the neighbourhoods would come awake to the first song of the day, each cascading, overlapping lullaby reaching a crescendo before fading into the dawning birdsong. One by one, minaret by minaret, falling silent once more in a melodic time lapse. It was the authentic charm of the Orient, wrapped in ancient melodies and the curling, heavy smoke of scented myrrh. What this kind of early experience taught me is that to pray is to give, to return with the coin of emotion the song that came from life, to give thanks with the deepest feeling in honor of our own and all of life. We might pray to seek guidance, assistance, and to offer healing intention. We might even pray for a Mercedes Benz at some point too. Now, I'm an advocate for the power of gratitude as prayer. Rooted in the depths of the human experience, prayer can serve as a catalyst for personal development, offering solace, healing, and even open doors of perception for us on our journey towards spiritual enlightenment. At its core, prayer is an expression of the quest for meaning and indeed for transcendence. For me, it has been a profound vehicle of direct revelation. In India and across Southeast Asia as a young man, I saw many ways of prayer. The muted color of a partial memory flickering like an old movie, as a slow and measured single-file parade of young women carrying baskets of flower offerings to the local deity, their simple saris clinging tightly to their taut bodies in the soaking aftermath of an afternoon monsoon, singing a mysterious weave of call and response. One type of prayer. Awakening to the dark, tight rasp of a calloused hand clamping over my mouth as I lay clothed on a filthy mattress and a rusty metal spring carcass and the black dog asleep underneath the whole mess. I realize that I'm being prayed over. In the darkness of stars, I see the whites of the eyes of my Aboriginal relative directly in front of my own, and her dark, shining finger over her midnight mouth, prompting me to keep quiet. She does not let go of her tight grip over my face as I relax slightly, and she chants in what I can only describe as a prayer of best intention for me. Perhaps even to keep me as part of the family, but that's a story for another time. I can feel her prayer and I remember it still. Although frightening in a way, I felt her good intentions. This indigenous Australian family, Aboriginals, they taught me much. They taught me about the different ways of prayer, which is perhaps linked to our origins as humankind. For them, magic and seeing are linked to prayer, sending out or receiving information over impossible distances and time frames. Meditation can be a type of prayer, whether we kneel, sit, prostrate, stand and bob, circumambulate, dance, whirl, chant, or sing, whether in askance or in gratitude, praying to the external or the internal. The very act of prayer transcends time and geography, evoking a sense of connection to a higher power or divine presence, a presence of many names and of no name. In his groundbreaking work on the story of the human experience, mythologist Joseph Campbell often spoke about the power of ritual and prayer in connecting us to the sacred energies of the cosmos. He believed that gratitude, when expressed in the form of prayer, serves as a bridge between the mortal realm and the divine, joining the mythopoeic with the conscious and fostering a deep sense of connection and belonging to something far greater than ourselves. As he once said in his inimitable lilt, a bit of gratitude goes a long way. By slowing down and intentionally focusing on the blessings in our lives, we can shift our perspective from one of lack and scarcity to one of abundance and appreciation. We could say that this is directly linked to the power of manifestation, which is part of what Campbell was referring to in his simple statement, a bit of gratitude goes a long way. In the modern context, where many of us lead busy and often overwhelming lives, taking time to cultivate a practice of gratitude as prayer can be a radical act of self-care and spiritual nourishment. As a shamanic practitioner, Sandra McKeever reminds me that prayer, like God, is an individual thing, even when performed in community. So follow your intuition, and if you are fortunate, your mentor on how to deepen into prayer as practice. One of my own incredible mentors taught that gratitude expressed as prayer, and crucially based in humility, is the antidote for today's ills of anxiety, depression, egoism, narcissism, and so on. Of course, my mentor Zanimvula was correct, as he most often was, because the afflictions of the mind are often based in fear. Fear of dying, ultimately, and of everything conjured up in between. When we practice gratitude and humility, such as through prayer, we naturally diminish the inflamed sense of self, and with it, the fear of death. The ego is afraid of death. The heart is not. These days I pray with my blazing heart of gratitude held wide open for the timeless instant of deepest connection. I have trained myself to recognize the oncoming trigger points for this divine defibrillation and allow the silver clouds and powerful feelings to all but overwhelm me, dissolving into infinity and yet completely aware and present to myself in that moment, in a shimmering paradox of direct revelation. On my knees in rapture, tears stream down my face as I am shining, lost to the mundane, perhaps even for a moment not of this plane. I pray to the waters, to the rocks, to plants, to the mountains, the sky, the sun, and the moon. I pray with the beat of my drum to the whales, the birds, and the ocean. I hum, sing, and dance in prayer, using the breath to deepen into a trance that is actually the folding of space and time around us, drawing open the veil of great mystery and inviting us through. As our culture remembers in scraps, and as we intuitively feel, our ancestors knew well of sacred places in the landscape at which to pray, to set up temporary or permanent forms, circle monumental stones, dig lakes, or construct temples to enhance the connection to their own time and place. I find it easy to go to a beautiful place in nature, which to me is sacred by definition, and to pray by conjuring up a powerful, deep feeling of thanks and releasing it through my actions into the world. You carry Mother Earth within you. She is not outside of you. Mother Earth is not just your environment. In that insight of interbeing, it is possible to have a real communication with the earth, which is the highest form of prayer. That's a quote by Thich Nhat Hanh. What the priest speaks of is this direct revelation, this incredible magical experience that I'm asked to share with my clients on our walks somehow. I've heard that Tibetan monks often engage in prayer and meditation for the benefit of all beings, including mankind. This is a key aspect of their spiritual practice and belief in the interconnectedness of all living beings. So their prayers are often focused on promoting peace, compassion, and well-being for all. I learned about smudge blessing from one of our Red grandfathers, and then adapted his teachings to form a beautiful prayer of gratitude that I would like to share with you. So in this beautiful shell that I picked up on the beach, we have some white sage. There are many herbs to smudge with, which we can talk about at some point. I can feel immediately that I've entered a prayerful state of respect. This is a feeling that is cultivated and practiced. Take my glasses off, smudge my glasses. So I will raise my hand over my head, take care with the smudge. I bless my internal sun, that which shines light on my shadow, that I may be cleansed by the light of wisdom, so that I may be illuminated. You can smudge your head in a circle, then lower to eye level, smudging the eyes. I bless my eyes, that I may see all good things, that I may witness the beauty and bounty of Mother Earth. I bless my ears, that I may hear all good things and the morning bird song, that I may hear all I need to hear and know. I bless my mouth, that I may speak with truth, clarity, and courage, that I may sing to the world in praise. In front of the belly, I bless my body. I bless those beings that make me who I am, those that feed me and keep me whole. I bless this moving temple of spirit. Smudge under each foot in turn. I bless my feet, that each step may be a prayer upon the earth. In a society that values achievement and success above all else, cultivating a practice of gratitude as prayer can serve as a quantifiably powerful antidote to the pressure and stress that so many of us face on a daily basis. I believe that sacred rituals and ceremonies are essential to a healthy human experience. Campbell often spoke of the importance of finding meaning and purpose in our lives, of connecting to something greater than ourselves that gives us a sense of belonging. When we approach gratitude as a form of prayer, we are aligning ourselves with the sacred energies of the universe and opening ourselves to the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our limited understanding. He famously said, "The goal of life is to make your heartbeat match the beat of the universe, to match your nature with nature." Inherent within prayer resides a universal human longing for answers, solace, and healing. It serves as a conduit for expressing emotions, hopes, and desires, allowing individuals to find solace in great times of crisis, offering thanks in moments of joy, and even a surrender to a force greater than our own. Gratitude itself has been recognized as a key virtue in various spiritual and philosophical traditions. In Buddhism, for example, gratitude is seen as a fundamental aspect of right living and a means to cultivate inner peace and happiness. The Dalai Lama once expressed, in the practice of gratitude, we acknowledge the interdependence of all beings and affirm our interconnectedness with this world. This recognition fosters compassion, generosity, and a sense of joy and fulfillment. So may we cultivate a spirit of thankfulness that transcends borders and unites us all in a shared sense of appreciation for the abundance that surrounds us and of that which we create. Let us perform daily the simple act of smudging as part of a prayer to bring the magic of the herbs and the power of ritual intent together, enhancing our prayer potentiality and effect. With every step, a prayer.